All right. Hello, everybody. This is set 1 of the Cotter Cup semifinals between Beijing University and Tsinghua University. I'm Cholera from Voice of Esports, and I am excited to bring you this semifinals between two excellent Chinese schools here. We've got XQ playing for Tsinghua University. He is the teal toss on the top, and we've got here the yellow Zerg DPR playing for Beijing University, and I am doing this stream live, by the way, so it is pretty cool getting to watch this live, and it's pretty darn exciting. I have no idea what's going to happen here. I do know, though, that DPR evidently is a very talented player for Beijing University. I think Hazel told me that he is a B+ player. That's right. The yellow Zerg here is B+, which is going to be very exciting to watch here. And can Tsinghua manage to do it? Tsinghua University beat the Korean Advanced Institute for Science and Technology. Yes, I started off with Korean. They beat the only Korean university we have here in the Cotter Cup in the very first round. So Tsinghua pulled I don't know if I call it an upset, but certainly a surprising result, beating the only Koreans, who are, of course, the masters of StarCraft in general. And Beijing University beat out Sweden's Royal Institute of Technology. They are both vying here for a slot in the finals, where they'll be met up with MIT, who managed to beat the entire American contingent. The semifinals on the American side, of course, were played between MIT and Princeton, and MIT beat out Princeton. Anyway, we're going to see an overpool here coming from the Zerg player DPR, and we're seeing a one-base build here from XQ. So both players going for unorthodox strategies here on Destination. Last time I was watching MIT versus Yale, MIT's striker mined out the back of Yale's base and sent in a bunch of lings, speedling rush, and destroyed him. But we're probably not going to see that happen again in this game, because DPR is going to be facing a one-gate base here, a gateway first build rather, and we'll see if it's a two-gate or if it's going to be a one-gate tech. This is going to be really interesting here. Man, this is some unorthodox strategy coming from the Protoss player, XQ. Of course, an overpool is standard. XQ doing a good job here of harassing DPR. DPR, the Democratic People's Republic, right here. No, of course not, but I'm sure it stands for something else other than North Korea. And we're going to be actually seeing DPR trying to mine out the back again. So this cheese is going to happen. Alright, but it's not going to work, I don't think. The hatchery has been built inside the base! Oh my god, DPR was so tired of getting harassed that he decided to go in-hatch with his hatchery here. One base with his hatchery. I can't even talk, I'm so excited. This is like old school Savior style. Savior facing, reaches Zealots or something, decides to go for inside the base hatchery. It is going to be a 3-hatch opening, by the way, against a one-gate tech build coming from Tsinghua. So Beta still is going to be trying to mine out the back. I don't think it's going to do anything, though. Zealots are seeing it. Of course, it's going to open up another door, rather. That is going to be quite important, but at the same time, I don't think Lings are going to be able to do much damage up that ramp. Core is done, and I'm going to guess it's going to be a speed lot rush of some sort coming here from, coming from XQ here, the Protoss player. And let's see what's building. It looks like just a pylon here. It might not be, a straight speed lot rush, but it might be some combination of speed lots and, Templar. Meanwhile, we're seeing so far not much going on inside of the Zerg base. He's got himself 3 hatches, but no gas yet. What is he doing, DPR? Really delaying on the gas, and he's going to be facing a lot of pressure here from the lots. He's only got just 4 lings left, Goon being put up, and a Citadel of Adun, as expected, and this drone now going home has not mined out this area, by the way, so there will be no second front there for the Zerg. He's going to have to run back also. And without gas, this means that he's not going to have a Hydralisk den either. He's got a lot of drones. I guess that's what he was spending his resources on, but I think that's a mistake. At this point, he's going to need at least a Sunken Colony here to be able to hold off against this attack, or maybe not against this attack, but definitely the next wave. He's going to need some defenses. Citadel of Adun done for the Protoss player, and he's going to go Templar Archive. So it is not going to be a straight-up speed lot rush. It's going to be more of a probably a timing attack with Archons and Zealots. And, an Overlord getting caught out in the open. Nice work there by XQ. XQ definitely, I would say, is slightly in the lead in this game. Although it is very close, of course. XQ has not done much damage, and he's, of course, consigned to one base. And where is the tech coming from DPR? DPR choosing just to delay here his tech. I think this is a dangerous game he's playing. I know what he's trying to do. He is trying to get a big economic lead here while trying to hold off XQ with his Lings, DPR is. But I do not know if Lings are going to be enough here. Creep Colony going down for DPR. DPR wants a little bit of defense, and he's going to need it. XQ probably will have some lots, also some speed lots, and he will have a Templar attack of some sort. His expansion also going up right now, so a delayed expansion here after going Gateway first, and no Forge yet from XQ. XQ now making the Forge. And, a little bit of an attack coming here from DPR. DPR just trying to do a little bit of harassment here with his Lings. Not going to do anything further, though. And he needs to conserve these Lings, too, because right now he finally has a Hydra's Den. He's going to get some Hydras out. So 3-hatch Hydras here for DPR. And that's going to be decently effective, but look at this. We've got some DTs coming out. And, oh no, look at this! DPR does not have any Overlords inside of his base. This could be disastrous for DPR here. This could be absolutely disastrous because he's rallied, of course, as would be expected, all of his Overlords into his natural expansion. So he must, and I mean he must stop these DTs from getting in. Otherwise, he's going to be in gigantic trouble inside of his main. He does not have any Overlords, and it doesn't look like he's bringing any Overlords. He does know there's DTs though, so he is going to target fire the DTs, I think, as XQ tries to advance here. So this is starting off to be really interesting. XQ, of course, has a tech advantage, but DPR so far has the economic advantage, although it's not going to be a big one, because as we see here, the expansion is already up. And what do we have here in terms of tech? We've got a lot of Hydras, but unfortunately no Overlords are over XQ's base. So this means DPR is not going to be able to attack anytime soon with any degree of success. He's just not going to have detection. And this means it's going to be just incredibly slow for him to do anything, and his tech is behind. So this is quite unfortunate for him. He only brought one Overlord over, and of course it was killed by the Goon. Very smart play, on the other hand, from XQ. And until there's speed Overlords, these are not going to do anything. There's four DTs here, which means that DPR really needs to be careful. He cannot let those DTs near him, but he's doing a very, very careful job here with this Hydra Micro. Notice barely any damage on those Hydras from the from XQ's DTs. And XQ might be trying to spread them out. Ninja one of them in. Looks like he's going to Ninja with three of them. No. Nice dancing here in the middle. Definitely very interesting. The fast DT rush here coming from XQ. DTs without Sayers, of course. And, I had thought he would go for Archons or something like that. But no! He's managed to steal a march here! Oh my god, DPR in huge trouble! If XQ gets in, this could be horrible for DPR. This by itself could turn the game around. Does DPR have any Overlords? DPR still does not have any Overlords in his main! This is going to be absolutely horrendous! Horrendous, I tell you, for DPR. Oh no, the one mistake. Oh, the one critical mistake, of course, was that he continued rallying his Overlords into the natural expansion, and this mistake is going to be possibly the end for him. Very smart here. XQ gonna go right for the lair. He takes down the main lair here. Oh man, DPR is gonna have to go all in here, I think, very soon at the natural expansion. And XQ is completely ready. DPR desperately probably trying to make an Overlord, but it's too late. The lair goes down. He might even lose a den here. Oh man, I'm sure he was researching speed for the Overlords, but it is gonna be horrendous, absolutely horrendous here. The DTs have done their best, and they've done certainly a ton of damage here inside the main. It is going to be almost certainly lethal damage in the long run here. I mean, DPR is probably not going to lose in the next few seconds, but I gotta say, it is, in my opinion, this game is almost certainly decided in favor of Beijing here. What? I'm sorry for in favor of Tsinghua here. My apologies, but wow, what an opening so far. I gotta say, XQ pulling out some very smart DT movements there. Just completely. I mean, that was like General Robert E. Lee there, just tricking his opponent and then getting behind the slower Union general. I'm not from the South, but certainly, if you guys know what I'm talking about, the American Civil War, you had some very sneaky Confederate generals. There's definitely a Jeb Stuart also. Just, very smart play, I gotta say. Sneaking all the way behind, and now just look at the tech inside of XQ's base. He's going to be doing absolutely fine. He is in a very comfortable position right now. He's got himself speed lots, +1 speed lots, probably storm, and right now, I mean, alright, we do see lurkers actually. So DPR has managed to get lurker tech out before his lair was destroyed, or, started researching. And then finished. But I don't think these lurkers are going to do much, to be absolutely honest. They're not going to be able to do any damage here. Observers are going to come out soon. And we have a third base, of course, for DPR. I think it's a little unfortunate that he didn't pick up his natural expansion. I mean, that actually delayed him quite a lot. He was trying to macro up a lot of drones, but they were getting oversaturated. They didn't each have their own patch as they would have had he been able to pick up his natural expansion as is the normal the norm of the build. And now we're seeing some DTs being loaded up into a shuttle. This could be there for some further harass. Finally, there is an overlord in the main base, but right now we see we see 2 evil chambers and the lairs back up for DPR. So DPR is going to be upgrading now. Finally, he's probably trying to use his resources up by doing things like that. Here comes the shuttle, though, and DPR also dancing in the front, just trying to, I guess, prevent XQ from moving out and picking up his third, but XQ is going to push out with a strong force coming up soon. It is very fortunate, though, for DPR that he managed to get his lurker tech, because without the lurker tech, man, he'd be defenseless. Completely defenseless. Speed Overlord's done also, and he thinks this is a storm drop, of course. That's why he's been running back and forth with these drones, and he doesn't want to get stormed. DPR checking to see if there's any expansions out yet for XQ. XQ content at 2 base. XQ probably knows about he definitely knows about the lurkers outside of his base. He's probably going to mass up some goons. Meanwhile, okay, we are going to see the drop here coming down for XQ. XQ going to drop on top of the second natural. There is a storm also. I did not know there was some High Templar. Nice micro from XQ, although XQ is going to get polished off here. He still has his shuttle alive, and I didn't see a spire anywhere for DPR. So he's probably making one. Yeah, DPR is going to make a spire now. Wants to get some Scourge. Interesting enough, no Corsairs out either for XQ. XQ also content to, not contest the air control. Neither player really is. I mean, the way XQ opened, he doesn't have a gigantic advantage. He still has a significant advantage, but I would say it is actually... No, I would still say he is solidly in the lead, although DPR has managed to acquit himself quite nicely after losing his main lair, at least. Oh, whoa, looks like there's now going to be an attempt to expand here at the top position. And I'm just going to briefly make sure everything is alright here with my stream. Everyone has sound and everything. I remember I did do a cast last time where sound was off because I have so many settings. I'm using Camtasia, Flash, Media Encoder, and the Ustream gadget or whatever. And I'm just going to confirm that everything's alright with the cast. Alright, fantastic. Everything is alright. I can't actually see your chat room while I'm doing this. Pylon going up here for XQ, who still is going to be able to expand without any real problems. He is so excited about getting observers. He has 2 observatories. 2 observatories! I get my observer speed and observer vision at the same time. Alright, we're going to see a double expand here coming from XQ. XQ going to be facing another expansion here from DPR. Quiet game here. I'm surprised a little bit that XQ didn't follow up with a a finishing attack there, because now what he's managed to do is, as time goes by, of course, deficiencies that start off early up in the game do minimize if the person who's in the advantage does not try to finish off the other player when they are behind. So right now we're seeing DPR slowly coming back here. XQ right now is trying to put up his new base. Let's see where DPR is on terms of his tech. He doesn't have a hive going up just yet. He has +1 Carapace, and XQ with +2 attack. XQ ahead here. Let's see if DPR is thinking about a Ling build. Yeah, he is thinking about the late game here. He decided to go melee attack upgrades rather than range upgrades. Main is almost mined out here for XQ. XQ going to be content with his new bases, and we're going to see an attack here from XQ, managing to kill most of the lurkers. Nice work. Is he going to be able to break out, though? I don't know. He's got a lot of just Dragoons here, but I think the Dragoons might be enough. Yeah, they're going to be enough here. Not enough Lings, and the lurkers, of course, are not effective at all against mass goons. And right now, we're going to see DPR in a bit of trouble here. XQ has made a very powerful push out here. And notice XQ's, XQ's playing freaking excellent, and yet his APM is only about 130. I mean, this shows you that, especially as a Protoss player, you don't necessarily need high APM. What you need is just very accurate decision making. You need to be able to make the right choices at the right time. DPR has been double nearly his APM the entire game, 100 movements per minute higher, and yet he is behind. I gotta say, he is in trouble. And right now, he's probably going to lose that extra base now if it gets spotted here. This base that I'm talking about on the left side. And he might even lose the third right now. This is going to be kind of disastrous for him. I don't think he's going to hold this off, despite the decent defenses. He hasn't managed to scourge any of these observers, man. You need to do that. That is one of the best moves that Zerg can do, is either use Scourge or sometimes Spore Colonies to kill off the observers. Stork has been stopped many a time by it. Now finally he's decided to do it. He gets one of the obs, but it's too late. The other obs is still alive, and almost all the lurkers are dead. There's only one lurker remaining. This base is going to go down on the left side, and I think that with that, DPR will finally lose the game here. He was just way too far behind after that very, very stunning DT rush. Definitely, I would say so far in the games I've watched, which have been, this is the third series I'm watching here in the Cotter Cup, that has been the pimpest play of the series. The 4DT Ninja Sneak, of course it was definitely compounded by the fact that DPR had no overlords inside of his main. He easily could have had them. It wasn't like they were getting hunted down by Sayers or anything like that. It was just an oversight on his part, and that oversight may have been the thing that cost him the game. Right now, we're just seeing the Protoss forces rampaging across the screen. GG coming from XQ. What a game. GG, very, very well played here by the player from Tsinghua University. So Tsinghua is going to pick up a 1-0 lead here, and we already cast the game too, so you can go and watch that right now. We're going to be moving on to set 3 for those of you who are watching live, and of course for those of you who are watching the recorded VODs, stay tuned and move on to game 2. Going to stop recording for